Hello and welcome to the Darien Ice House on this wonderful Thursday night. It's a big game feel inside the rink, even though the weather seems like summer. It's Dylan Pescator here with Dylan DeRizo and Will Johnson on the DAF Media Network along with NCTV 78. About a minute and 30 left in warm-ups before we get started with this FCIAC semifinal. The first of two today. The other two will be Greenwich and Fairfield at Wonderland. So, Dylan, I got to go to you first. This Darien team, they're looking great. Their last loss was to that Fairfield Co-op team when they were looking in their prime. Now they're looking a little bit down, but they haven't lost in a good, month or so. How are they going to keep focus and talk about their depth after that first line that we know is so lethal?
Yeah, I mean, it really does come down to the depth for Darien. Earlier in the year, Jamison Moore was out, so the lines were a little bit messed up, but he's been back, and those second and third lines are really strong. Second line led by seniors James Conway and Danny Lau, both really strong players, and the star sophomore Arthur DeVillers also on that second line. He's had himself a year. Tommy Bronca, Alex Garabet, and Bobby Whitaker, a bit of a younger third line, but those guys still all can perform well. Bobby Whitaker's put a couple goals up as well as Garabet, so I'm excited to see that line play tonight.
For sure. 4-1 win for Darien about 10, 11 days ago when these teams matched up. A big game for the Darien goaltender Chris Schofield, who, Will, you want to talk about?
Yeah, Schofield getting a start tonight, the junior goaltender. He was the primary goaltender last year in that FCIAC Championship loss and the also the 10-2 win. But, I'm assuming he wants some revenge against Buchanan this year after, some goals in last year he wasn't really expecting. So, he definitely wants his revenge here, and let's see if he can get it.
Absolutely. The FCIAC Championship last year, 4-3, New Canaan pulled it out. 2 shorthanded goals from Griffin Dean and a big-time performance from Bo Johnson, who won the FCIAC Tournament MVP. We'll get ready for introductions now and the anthem. All right, let's do it. Anthem over, introductions over, and we actually have a surprise. So in net for Darien will be Teddy DiBerardinis. And Dylan, you have some stats on that one. That's a surprise move from Coach Bud.
I know Will was talking a little bit about the goalies a minute ago, but Teddy DiBerardinis and Chris Schofield actually have the same goals against average this year. I think you have that there. I'm trying to pull it up here, but both have
.91 save percentage.
Yeah, both of them have split time most of the year. They've both performed really well. So we talked to Coach Bud the other night. He wasn't willing to share with us yet who he was going to play, so it was obviously a question up until now. So we're seeing Teddy DiBerardinis in there, so we'll see what he can do.
Yeah, in the first matchup of this year was a 4-4 tie. New Canaan went up 4-1, and then Darien made a miraculous comeback. OT, no goal, so ended up in the tie in the scorebooks. And it was this goalie matchup. It was Bo Johnson. It was Teddy DiBerardinis. And then 10 days ago, Chris Schofield only allowed 1 goal to New Canaan on a 5-on-3. So an interesting decision at that. Will, what do you make of that?
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised with the decision, but it seems, Coach Bud knows he's got the senior in. Schofield didn't play his best game against New Canaan last year in the FCIAC Finals, so, maybe he knows something we don't. The senior, maybe, he's a little more experienced, a little older, so we'll see if he can prove himself in this game, and if not, you got a great backup right now in Schofield. So
we know DiBerardinis did start their last game of the season against St. Joe's, which they won 7-2. New Canaan coming off a 2-1 win against Ridgefield on Monday night in the FCIAC playdowns to get here. And we finally have our rematch of the FCIAC Championship. The #1 Blue Wave, the #4 Rams. New Canaan in black, Darien in white. Boys are fired up, and we are too. Let's do it. Darien wins the faceoff. Their first line out here first. That lethal first unit. Moore, Dyer, and Erickson. Metler down the right side. He'll try a cross-ice pass. He finds Kroll. Kroll in deep finds Dean. Battling with Stein. Griffin Dean, 2 shorthanded goals in their last matchup in the playoffs. It was the FCIAC Championship. Back out point. Metler shooting. Gets deflected behind the net. DiBerardinis has lost his goalie stick. New Canaan with a great forecheck first shift here as Eccleston tries it. Dyer gets it out, and Erickson will chase after it. Sam Erickson down the right side shooting. Blockers save by Bo Johnson. He has a lethal shot, Erickson, doesn't he, Will?
Yeah, he's got a great wrist shot. He can shoot anytime, anywhere. You got to be ready for it.
So this first line in the midst of a change. Erickson still out there, Moore still out there, but DeVillers did get his change. Hollander on the right side, kept in by Reed. Now Bowden Gamble, a nomination for the D1 Skater of the Year. Looks to cut to the slot, throw it in front. It got deflected up into the left side. Erickson gets it out to the neutral zone, takes it from Rare, and New Canaan will reset. About 1 minute and 15 down. New Canaan has controlled their half of the play so far. Johnson in the left side corner. Lau on him, now below the net to Gamble. This is his area. Back out point, Reed, the captain, shooting deflected by Rare, and almost caught DiBerardinis on the short side. Now Johnson gets a hit from Lau. Conway along the left side. A nice pass to DeVillers, and they get it out. 2 shifts down here. Darien with 1 shot on net. New Canaan hasn't registered one just yet. Another great forecheck by New Canaan. Darien having some tough time controlling the zone and completing some short passes. Now here's the third line for New Canaan. They were the MVP of their playdown game against Ridgefield. Sam Ives, number 10 in black, with their first goal and the MVP of that game. He was outstanding. Now Lau makes a rush. He gets taken down, no call. Boys are letting him play. Lau went down. Now a shot flubbed at the point. New Canaan skates it out to the neutral zone and dumped right back in. Now Bronco along the left side. He'll look to move in. Tommy Bronco below the net. It comes back out in front. New Canaan with a cross-ice pass. They get out to the neutral zone. And then Spangler puts it in the New Canaan bench.
I think that's something we'll touch on here. Spangler and Beach in right now on defense. Usually we would see Matheson Hole out there with Spangler, but he is out for this one. So we've seen a little bit of a line change here on the defensive side. Matt Stein and Luke Johnston starting as usual. Tommy Holland, the freshman, playing up with the senior Leanne. And then we've got Beach and Spangler on the third defensive line.
Spangler below his own net. He'll pass along to the freshman Beach. Turnover. Eccleston puts it in deep. Spangler will have to chase after it. Ryan Spangler along the wall, battling with Eccleston. Back out point, Metler in the slot. Kroll can't get a stick on it, and Feifel will skate it out for the Blue Wave.
Great defensive play there from Asa Beach. Good start for him. As Dylan, you said, he's got bumped up line here, so, good start for him for confidence.
Still battling the zone. Darien looking for a change, and they will get it. Pinella will skate at it from the back of his net. Dangerous pass in the middle of the zone, found Diensick. Now Eccleston going 1-on-2 on Johnson. Eccleston looked for a toe drag, he turned it over. Now Erickson, lose it in the neutral zone. Going down is Dyer, he can't control, but he'll get it in deep. First lines match up once more in this first period as a cross-ice pass finds Jack Johnson, the brother of the goalie Bo. Down to play it is Luke Johnson, passed along to Stein along the left side. He'll get it out with a pass to Moore. Using his speed, moving to the right side on his forehand, throws it in front, deflected into the slot, and carried out by New Canaan. Now Michael Rayer looking for a shot, takes it, DeBaradias makes the save, and the rebound came back in the slot where Leon deflected it to the corner. Now Jack Johnson moving to the slot, trying for a shot, deflected behind the net. Both first lines trying to initiate their forecheck and their pressure on each other.
He had a good chance there for both teams. Jack Johnson had a shot, and looks like Lowms had a shot.
Rayer with a shot goes just over the net of DeBaradinas. Now Rayer throws it in front. Oh, it was Garay with a key opportunity, just missed the net on the short side. Now Aaron Garay throws it in front, no one there, but Erickson sick, and he'll flip it out. New Canaan was in the midst of a change there, so the first line forward, Rayer, was on with the fourth line of Garay and Ives.
Good break for Darien. They were on the defensive side of the ice there for a while. Their guys were in for a while too, so good break for them to get it out. New Canaan's doing a good job keeping the pressure in, keeping the puck behind the net.
Leon puts a big hit on Garay. Now the right side, Ives, the goal scorer from last game. Garay looks to take another hit at that as Leon. Spain looked to throw it in front. He had an assist last game. Ives now throws it in the slot, loose in the crease, diving at it, still loose and taken by De Villers. Not touched by Conway. It will be icing, but a huge opportunity for New Canaan, and great job by Arthur De Villers to find that one and clear it out.
A good start here from DeBaradinas. He had almost Garay almost had a short side goal, but DeBaradinas was able to get the blocker in front of it, and it was cleared out by De Villers. So great start for him. So we'll see if he can keep this up.
Yeah, it's something you'll definitely notice with this Darien team. Their depth is very important to them. A lot of young players have shown out. We've seen multiple times this season where Coach Bud will throw on a line of fully young guys. Could mean sophomores, freshmen, junior, and they bring a whole new energy to the ice.
Here's our first look at Alec Garabet today. He scored a goal in their last matchup. A key one at that, the second goal of that 4-1 win for the Blue Wave as we get another stoppage. Speaking of freshmen playing, we're also getting a look at Elliot Lancaster.
Yeah, Elliot, the younger brother of Nicholas Lancaster, who's now at the Taft School. He played on this team last year. Elliot, a great hockey player. He knows even as an underclassman, he's a smart player. He knows he can make a big impact on the ice.
Dean loses his glove off the face-off. Now it's deep in the Darien zone. Beach will play it on his backhand, looking to get out with Thurlow. Now in the slot, Kroll can't control. Doster Kroll, no varsity goals yet, but Coach Jones is seeing a lot of offense from him. Dean deflected a shot down, but couldn't control. Griffin Dean, right side boards.
Dean's got one glove on, still playing through it.
Spangler, turnover, Eccleston. Deflected behind the net. Trying to throw it in front, Roscarola hit the side of the net. Darien looking to get out, and they do to the neutral zone over the stick of Lampert.
So far, this game is not going Darien's way. This is not the way that they wanted to start. New Canaan getting a lot of shots and keeping the pressure on heavily.
Another puck out of play here. 6 minutes gone in this first period. It's been New Canaan's game so far, and they came out firing against Ridgefield. I'll tell you that. They started off the season, they ended off the season very slow. Not much going for them. A 6-2 loss against Fairfield Co-op to end that one. But they found another gear on Monday night, won that game 2-1, and now they look to continue against this very highly touted Darien one-seeded Blue Wave. Now to keep in mind, New Canaan was the 1 seed last year. They were tied with Darien and Greenwich, and then after a coin flip, because every team was 10-1 in the FCIAC, and that's always the best way to settle ties, sarcastically. New Canaan got the 1 seed, Greenwich got the 2, and Darien got the 3, which meant they had to play Fairfield in the quarterfinals, and then they beat Greenwich at Dorothy Hemmel in a great semifinal game a year ago. Teddy Dyer and Bennett McDermott scored in that one for the Blue Wave.
Garbeck clashed with the goalie there.
Looking to carry it in is Luke Johnston. Goes to the corner.
Ref.
Now stops, looks to throw it in front. Johnston makes a save. It goes behind the net. Jack Johnson turns it over. Moving in is Erickson through 2 defenders. Good forecheck here by the Blue Wave. Their first real good shift. A clear here. Hits the post of DeBerardinis, so the ref waves off icing.
Yeah, risky play there. That almost trickled in. DeBerardinis lucky to get away with that one.
Erickson off the boards. Finds the stick of Cameron Wheatfelt. Brother of Justin, who opened up the scoring in the FCIAC Championship a year ago. These teams battling for a spot in the FCIAC Championship this year. Jameson Moore takes a nice hit from Wheatfelt. Good play there by the sophomore defenseman. Moore keeps it behind the net, now circling back out, takes another hit. Very tough shift there for the first line center of the Blue Wave.
Yeah, Jameson Moore, a really scrappy player. You know, he's tough, he can take hits, but you know, Cam Wheatfelt held his own there, the sophomore, so props to him.
And Will, I remember doing that game with you, the 4-1 win by Darien, and Jameson Moore had a few chances. I mean, on that 4th goal where Dyer scored, he got hit 3 times during the shift and still had a great pass in front to Dyer.
Yeah, he's just one of those players, he doesn't really feel much pain. He just kept fighting through it, kept his head up, and found Dyer in front. Conway
finds Lau, and now up to DeVillers. Moving to his forehand, a shot deflected into the netting.
And DeVillers is one of those other players who also has a real rip of a shot. So, luckily that was tipped, but, if he gets open space, he can let it rip just like Erickson. So, can't leave him open either.
Darien starting to get their chances here. They'll bring on the 4th line, Thurlow, Bronca, and Feifel. 6:52 left in the first. I believe we have a mass break, which we've seen, few and far between this year. I think it's really just whenever the players feel they want to break.
Yeah, I feel like they have not been very consistent with mass breaks the entire season. We've seen some teams use mass breaks as timeouts. They've been very interesting, to say the least.
I hope it's our last season using the term mass break forever, to be honest with you. Matty Pinella along the right side. He'll look to clear it out. He cannot, kept in by the Blue Wave, and then it was called a hand pass by the official, and we have another stoppage. It'll come back out to the neutral zone.
Yeah, real back and forth game. New Canaan off to the hot start, and then Darien kind of bounced back, held their own. They've got a few shots on net, so both teams doing what they need to do. I don't feel like it's going to be very long before one of them puts one in the back of the net.
Whoever scores first is definitely a battle. Now in the slot, Darien. It was a nice shot. Now Thurlow in front. He couldn't get a stick on it. Starting to find some jump here is the Blue Wave. After a tough first half of this period, they're looking to come on now. Thurlow along the wall. He loses it. It's Kroll over to Eccleston. Eccleston gets hit off the puck. Now comes in front. Eccleston, a backhander, loses it. Another shot deflected out of play by Beach.
Yeah, we saw Spangler challenging with the body on that one, and Eccleston was able to really sort of avoid that in a bit, and then push the puck around and get a chance out in front. I don't know if that was the best defensive decision there by Spangler, but the puck is now out. So overall, good defense by Darien in the second half of this period so far.
First line back out for New Canaan. It's Gamble behind the net, along with his line mate Jack Johnson. Whitaker will clear it out. New Canaan puts it back in and finds Stein. Matt Stein, the senior defenseman, number 9 in white, pass it up to Whitaker. Makes the right play, then a turnover. Finds the stick of Lampert. He can't get it out. Kept in by Bronca. A big hit along the side by Bronca. Tommy Bronca, the sophomore, shows up in a big FCIAC semifinal game with some physicalities.
Yeah, that's sophomore and sophomore. Bronca, drilled Luke Lampert there.
Now Bronca comes in front. Johnson makes a nice save. It came back to the high slot. New Canaan got it clear, which will go. Icing was waved off, so it must have hit a stick.
Broncos made 2 huge plays there. The big hit and then almost a goal in front.
New Canaan counters with their third line, but Darien brings out their first. A shot from the point. Moore saved by Johnson. His first test of the day was from Jamison Moore in the high slot. Makes the save with no rebound.
That hit there from Broncos seems like it's caused a bit of a chain reaction here. Darien with a bunch of opportunities, a lot of energy from their bench you can see right now. So, you know, goes to show any hit, any big play can turn momentum of an entire game around.
New Canaan ices the puck here. 4:56 left in this first period. And Dylan, when we talked to Mac Budd, he wasn't very interested in matchups. He knows that any line he puts out, 1, 2, 3, or even the fourth line, will compete and do their best against any line that New Canaan has.
He said these two teams, they know each other very well. They've played each other twice this year. They played each other multiple times last year as well. And he said it really comes down to Darien's depth. They've been lucky to have a lot of good players this year. Arthur DeVillers, Tommy Bronca, Bobby Whitaker, 3 sophomores that we see on those top 3 lines. So really important for Darien with their depth, and they've played a big part in this season so far.
Shot by Erickson was saved by Johnson. He's seeing some rubber here in the first. Moore looking to get it behind the net. Trying to clear out his Eccleston. He cannot. It's behind the net once more with Pinella. Now Kroll gets it out. Takes a nice hit from Dyer. Finds a stick of Mettler. He'll clear it out. And now Leon will take it in his own zone. Holland with a nice clear for Darien. It's a perfect one at that. Icing waved off. Pinella, nice pass over to Kroll. He can't control turnover.
To Villers.
But he was offside, so he'll have to touch up. Mettler now carrying the puck. Over to Kroll. He'll dump it on in and go after it. Beach along left side takes the hit. Still loose in this left side boards. Now Kroll has some space, looking to throw it in front. His shot deflected over to Eccleston. Now down to Dean. Eccleston with a nice reverse hit on Spangler. Back out point. Reed, he'll keep it in. A deflection and a nice save from D. Baradinas.
And that was a very good deflection by Dr. Kroll. The shot looked like it was going way right. He got the stick up, batted it down, and D. Baradinas with some quick reflexes to be able to get in front of it. It's a great start for him. And if you're Darien, you're really happy with that because D. Baradinas, you know, he did give up 4 goals in the first matchup, so good start that he's made a couple great saves here.
A nice keep from Reed at the point, and Dr. Kroll is doing everything but scoring his first varsity goal, but what a stage it would be if he could put one in the back of the net here in the FCIAC semifinal. Reed still on the ice. He passed it down to Johnson. He'll play it below the net. New Canaan playing a lot of game below the red line. A nice hit along the wall by Rayer.
Stein took a shot there. Luckily he got up, so it should be okay.
Thurlow will dump it on in. 3:30 left here in the first. Some physical play below Johnson's net. Now coming out in front is Darien. Giving it up to Gamble. Bowden Gamble along the wall. Finds Jack Johnson. He takes it from Thurlow. Kept in by the Blue Wave, and then Rayer gets it clear to the neutral zone. Skating here is Reed. He'll dump it on in. D. Baradinas playing it with his stick. Stein and Johnson come together. The 2 nines in this one. Now Garay over to Rayer. Back out point. Reed. He'll put it on net. It's blocked. Now Billy Bronco will chase on after it on his backhand. A nice hit. A lot of physical play. Some, officials in the crowd putting their arm up looking for a penalty.
Yeah, as you said, a lot of physical play so far. A lot of big hits. See if this chippy play will continue.
Pinella over to Mettler. He turns it over. Picked up by Garabet. Takes a hit from Carter Spain. Spain can't get it out. Kept in by Holland. He'll play it in deep. 2:20 left here in the first. 3 New Canaan skaters on the right side. They can't get it. It comes to the stick of Spain. He still can't get it out. Garabet, left side wall. Now below the net. Throws one in front, and a shot deflected to the corner. Long offensive shift here for the Blue Wave. It gets past Leon. Icing waved off as Spain will collect it for the Rams and throw it on in deep. Both teams get their changes. First line on for Darien, second line on for New Canaan. Dean in the corner, comes out of a group with it. Back out point Reed. He'll throw it on in deep, finds the stick of Leon. Pass it in the middle of the ice. Now Erickson with speed. He's got Wheatfield on him. Sam Erickson moving and shooting. Nice hit from Wheatfield. Got his shot over the net. He had some real speed there.
Yeah, he had a chance to score there as here's New Canaan on the attack. But, as I said, he's got a great shot. Wheatfield, the sophomore, make another big play, get in front of it, and stop him from getting a real hard wrist shot on net.
A shot here hits Kroll in the back.
Here's a chance. Got Erickson up front.
Now Erickson on a break. Sam Erickson moving and shooting just wide. Oh, a lethal shot, but couldn't put it on target. Now hit at the point. Spangler goes down. We're seeing the boys get into this one as Darien's in the middle of a change.
Darien's got a lot of energy right now. Just under a minute to go. They're going to want to try to put one in here before the end of the period.
Now DeVillers to the right side, looking to cut behind the net. DeVillers looking to move in front, shooting short side, went over the net, and out of play.
Wow, Darien with a bunch of shots there. Erickson had a chance. Erickson had a couple of chances. DeVillers with a chance, and just the missed opportunities. Bo Johnson's made a few good saves, but I know Erickson wants that one back. He's got a great shot. Just missed him on the right side. So a lot of good chance for Darien. Let's see if they can put one in soon.
Coach Clark Jones cannot be happy if you're letting Sam Erickson of all people on a breakaway. But it didn't hurt him that time. 47.4 seconds left here in the first period. Face off in the Darien offensive zone. Danny Lau and Bowden Gamble. Who's kicked out of the face-off circle? Now Rayer. Face-off win by Darien. Kept in by Johnson. Now to DeVillers, right side. Behind the net now. Loose in the slot. Punch to the corner. Now Mettler looks to get it out. He does with the help of Jack Johnson. Darien will go right back after it. They are relentless with this forecheck. They don't take any breaks.
I was just about to say, with about a minute to go, that it seemed New Canaan had won this period in terms of offense, and then Darien just put on 3 big opportunities there, and it seems the tide has changed a little bit.
Icing here by Mettler. He looked for a long pass for Johnson. He couldn't connect. 15 seconds left here in the first. It'll be a tired New Canaan first line versus 15 seconds of a Darien first line. So don't tune out just yet, folks.
A lot of time on the clock.
Moore and Gamble on the face-off. Moore wins it back. Luke Johnson at the point. Throws it in front, deflected. Johnson makes a save. Erickson in front, Moore. He couldn't control. Now back out point, Stein shooting. Deflected, still loose. Erickson in the corner with 2. Throws one in front. And that'll be the end of one. An exciting first period ends up scoreless.
Yeah, New Canaan there was able to just get away with that. They got, Darien threw a lot of shots on net. New Canaan must be pretty happy it's still 0-0 after all those shots.
Yeah, another 10, 15 seconds there on the clock, and I wouldn't have been surprised if Darien was able to put a goal in. They are generating offense. They have the momentum right now, and this Darien bench is very excited. So we'll definitely be excited to see that energy from them in the next period.
First half offense was all New Canaan. Second half was all Darien. Let's see what happens in the second. We'll be back in 10 to 12 minutes after the ice cut. Dylan Pescator, Will Johnson, Dylan DeRizo, DAF and NCTV, the FCIAC semifinal.
I'm proud of the work the Darien Foundation has done over the past 20 years. If you live here, our work has likely impacted you, your family, and your neighbors. Since our founding in 1998, we've provided more than $4.2 million in grants, which create opportunity for Darien's youth, support our town's safety and security services, and enhance the overall quality of life in Darien through collaboration with community organizations.
As a family that's relatively new to town and planning to make this our long-term home, I'm grateful to see my community and my family benefit from the Darien Foundation. When I learned that the edible gardens at the elementary schools, the generator at the Darien Library, and the playground by the Sound were all funded by the same organization, I raised my hand to get involved. I'm proud to support an organization whose impact I see every day in our schools and throughout our community.
So far this year, the Darien Foundation has awarded $138,000 in grants to enhance our community. In 2013, the Darien Community Association opened a 4-acre bird sanctuary thanks to a grant from the Darien Foundation. The serene wooded glade has attracted numerous birds, bees, and butterflies, as well as more than 200 school children and other visitors. This year, they added a new pondless waterfall, as well as more trees, plantings, signage, and benches. In 1976, the Darien Historical Society and Darien High School students built the Middlesex, an authentic replica of the 18th century whaleboats. These were used by local patriots in the Revolutionary War to fight the British Navy in Long Island Sound. The Darien Historical Society is restoring this artifact so that it can be part of Darien's upcoming 2020 bicentennial celebrations. The live turtle exhibit continues to be the most popular attraction for children at the Darien Nature Center, which welcomes over 16,000 visits annually. A new forest and pond ecosystem will allow visitors to engage with several species of turtle that will live together in a 50 square foot habitat that resembles their natural home.
This has been such a special collaboration between the Darien Nature Center and the Darien Foundation, because not only have they provided generous funding to us, but we've been able to meet with members of the foundation and our staff and talk about what is going to make the very best exhibit for the town of Darien, and we've really added value to the process by doing that.
The vast majority of food distributed by Person to Person is donated from local suppliers and businesses. A group of dedicated volunteers drives the brand new cargo van on these daily rounds, which each year account for more than $100,000 in collected food. Person to Person also has an extensive youth program, offering many Darien High School and middle school students their first experiences at volunteering.
Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have a beautiful new van. We're very excited about it, not only because it's new and it's safe for those who are riding in it and driving and going to pick up all the food, but also it speaks to the support of the Darien Foundation, as well as speaks to what Person to Person does in the community.
For more than 20 years, the Darien Foundation has been investing in Darien, offering our town's youth, emergency services, and community organizations an avenue to pursue innovation and excellence. Collaboration with you, the members of our community, has been vital to our mission. Thank you for supporting the Darien Foundation. We are building a better Darien together.
Celebrating and supporting Darien athletes. That is a simple mission of the Darien Athletic Foundation. Broadcasting live from the field, DAF Media covers 125 games a year. All Darien teams, our youth, in our town, on our fields. Fields like the Center Oval and Upper Oval turfs, the JV softball field, and Stadium East, the longest turf in New England. All made possible by the Darien Athletic Foundation and its generous founders and donors. The Darien Athletic Foundation is not just committed to building our town's athletic infrastructure, it's improving the civic infrastructure for everyone to enjoy. The multimedia scoreboard, the snack bar pavilion, and the stadium lights, a $750,000 investment that makes Darien High School just the second school in Connecticut with LED lights. The Darien Athletic Foundation board is made up of local parents, parents who know just how quickly it goes by. Its archives of more than 60,000 photos capture those precious moments of our young athletes as they strive to be their very best. The Darien Athletic Foundation has raised almost $9.5 million for our town and its kids, and it's not stopping there, as it continues to build a legacy for our youth as bright as their future, both on and off the field.
This broadcast is produced by DAF Media, a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. The production is staffed by student and adult volunteers from the town of Darien and southwestern Connecticut.
Hello, everybody. We are back for the second. We are back if we get our technical difficulties straightened out.
We'll try to get this fixed here. Oh,
maybe.
I don't know. We're getting a little mic disconnection here.
Little technical difficulties,
We're
but
good.
You know it's going to happen. Thankfully, it's not during play. The play will happen in about 2 seconds. But we got that first line of Darien back out. They ended the first period with a great rush. Darien really controlled there at the end of the first. And now they win the faceoff to start the second. Here's Erickson moving in. Deflected in front was Dyer. And Erickson throws it in front. Moore couldn't get a handle on it. Kroll on the right side wall. He'll get a big clear. It hit the stick of Stein. Refs deem no icing. Now Eckerson comes out in front. He can't control. On the right side wall, Kroll throws it in front and deflected out of play.
Already we are seeing a really change in momentum here after that end of the first period. Darien was getting opportunities, energy was high, and it seems like everything's just been flipped. We're only 26 seconds in here, but you know, a whole period, a whole intermission can really change the momentum of a game.
Yeah, hot start there for Darien.
All right. And we have a hand pass. Speaking of officials, guys, we have not seen a penalty just yet.
We have not.
Even though with the chippy play from both teams, hard hits going both ways, but the refs have kept their hands down. No calls yet.
Energy here to the second period.
Third line now in front of Canaan. They've had their struggles with guarding the front of the net. That's really got them into their slump in the regular season. Looking to correct that was Coach Jones and the boys in practice. Bronco looks to throw it in front. Off the stick of Johnson. Back out point. Spangler, his shot deflected wide. Garabet with Garay. They collide in the corner. Now they go down. No call. Murphy can't get it out. Murphy still. Garay can't get out. Bronco in front. Deflected loose. Johnson with the save. It goes between his legs and out of play.
Are you kidding me?
It was under
How
his
did he
pads.
stop that one?
Under his pads there. He spun around to look for it, and it slipped out and got away.
Looked like Bronco had a chance there, too. Bo Johnson there.
We'll watch
holding
the
his
replay here.
ground.
There's two guys in front between Johnson's legs. He spun around, and somehow it didn't go in the net. Bo Johnson showing up to this one.
New Canaan's going to have to turn things around here and get the puck out, or else Darien's going to score if this keeps up.
I'm making a bold prediction. I think Darien scores in the next 5 minutes.
Oh, what a bold prediction there, Will. Darien has dominated play throughout not only the first 2.5 of this second period, but also the last 5 or so minutes of the first. Kroll looked to throw it in front. It found the stick of Eccleston. He'll put it in deep. This line's been on for a good amount of time, just looking for some forecheck opportunities. Now Dean below the net. To Kroll. Had no one in front. Darien skates out with it. Erickson on his horse. Erickson moving and shooting. A nice save by Johnson. I'm not sure he read that one, but it hit him in the mask. Now back out point.
Hit there.
Blocked but kept in by Dyer. Metler will clear it out, trying to find the stick of Kroll. He'll go for a change. Whew, that Sam Erickson shot up close is even faster than you think.
Yeah, Bo Johnson took one to the face mask. Lucky he got in front of it. But, that shot goes pretty fast, so good reaction time there from Bo.
Yeah, it looks like his helmet's broken here. It seems to be calling to the ref. Possible needs a whistle.
Below the net is Gamble. Two-way forward. Back out point. Darien, a block by Jack Johnson. And he'll get it out to the neutral zone.
Yeah, I'm looking closely here.
Now we got a whistle. It's going to be offside.
The strap on the back of Johnson's helmet right now came off.
Yeah, he's going to take his gloves off and fix that one. We're going to have a quick stoppage of play here. He's calling to the ref.
The refs don't seem to notice.
Yeah, he's going to have to patch that one up. But, boys, talk about depth, talk about power. Darien has come out in the second period after a, you could say, frustrating first, not put one in the back of the net. They were keeping after it.
Yeah, this has been a pretty lopsided period, even though it's still 0-0. Darien's throwing a lot of shots on that. Good saves from Bo Johnson, and then some luck for the Rams have kept them in this game.
First goal means a lot. Darien threatening, doing everything, but putting it past Johnson. And when they did put it past Johnson, he spun around and got it out to the corner. Face-off win here by the Rams. Jack Johnson, he'll put it in deep. Lean with time. To Lau, he can't get it out. Kept in by the skate of Reed. A pass to the slot, found a Darien stick. Skating out is Spangler, tried to find Conway. He tipped it on in and took a hit. Wheatfeld along the boards, stopped by Lau. Now DeVillers look to make a move, hit down, Gamble, Johnson, and they get it out. Reed, his first attempt, caught up in the skates of Danny Lau. Lau once again moving on in front, a backhand try stopped by Johnson. Then he took a hit. Johnson's down with Conway as New Canaan moves back the other way.
Lau is very fancy with his stick. If you watch him play, he likes to get nifty. He moves his stick around. You saw there. It seemed like he was going to go behind with it and tried to stuff it in next to Johnson's right pad.
Yeah, he almost beat him on the short side there. Just Johnson's leg was able to kick out just in time.
Murphy can't keep it in. Here's a 2-on-1 for Darien. Moving in is Lancaster. He loses control, throws it across. Lampert with a nice block. Ives coming back as well. Garabet back out point. Spangler shooting just wide. Kept in by Beach along the right side. He'll pinch in. Beach in front off the pad of Johnson. Cleared out by Ives, and after it is Spain with speed. Icing waved off. High event hockey here in the second.
It's a broken stick down on the ice here on the New Canaan side. Don't know who it is. Seems like everyone's got their stick now.
Metler with a shot goes wide. Piniella keeps it in. That was the first New Canaan shot in a long time. Eccleston in front. Debo with the save, and he'll cover. But a big chance in front for Kroll, and now we have some physicalities.
Yeah, chance there for both teams. I thought Spangler's shot was going to go in. Looked he had a clear path, and he almost beat Johnson on the glove side, but just went wide. And then there, another chance for New Canaan, their first of the period. So, good for them. Darien's got a lot of chances this period, but it's not going to matter if New Canaan can put one in here.
Yeah, Johnson took the broken stick and just threw it in the back of his net.
He's hoping that's the only thing that goes in the back of his net tonight. He's done a really good job so far. Same as Teddy DiBerardinis. When he's been tested, it's been rare. That was New Canaan's first big opportunity since really the first half of that first period.
Yeah, but you got to give credit to Debo. He has held his own. He's, as you said, not been faced with as many shots as Johnson, but the ones he has been able to get in front of.
I believe we had an abbreviated mask break. It's hard to tell, to be honest with you guys.
Things got a little scrappy after that one, too. So
everyone catches their breath. Moore wins the faceoff, and it comes to the stick of Metler. Shane Metler will clear it on in. He had the red, so icing waved off. Kroll with the hit a little below the net on Stein. Stein comes out with it. A nice pass over to Dyer, who catches it, puts it down, and now skates with it. Teddy Dyer. Puck going in deep with Piniella. He clears out Piniella. Now Moore in front. A shot saved by Johnson. The rebound was there. And then Dyer puts it in the back of the net, but that was well after the whistle.
Yeah, real chippy play here. Again, a scrap after the cover by Johnson. Looked like, good job by Moore and Dyer. Dyer laid the body. Moore went for the puck, and then Moore threw one in front. That was blocker down by Johnson. He was able to cover, but, that's another chance for Darien. It's got to be like their 10th shot on goal of the period at least. So, you got to expect one of these to go in soon. New Canaan's got to make an adjustment.
And to talk about that Darien offense, and Bo Johnson's done a great job not only saving the first shot, but not letting up any rebounds as well. A small rebound there, but he controlled it. Now Piniella below his own net. Erickson to Dyer. In front, trying to find more. A pass deflected by Rayer, and now Jack Johnson will carry it out. He'll get it in deep. Rayer to go after it. Looking to lay a big hit, and does against Johnson. Now Gamble throws it on short side. A nice save by DiBerardinis.
DiBerardinis snagged that one out of the air.
8:46 left in the second. We haven't had the goal horn ring yet here at Darien Ice House. Darien, New Canaan, there's nothing better than this.
It's got to ring soon. Darien's had too many opportunities. I don't know how they haven't scored yet.
Refs fixing the boards here along our side. That's what you get for all these hits along the side walls. It'll be Gamble on the faceoff for New Canaan. A big offensive faceoff for them. Looking for some offensive pressure, which has been few and far between for the Rams after their big first 5 minutes or so in the first. Coming out is Gamble. Now it finds a Darien stick, and Bronco will skate after it. Billy Bronco on the right side wall. He goes down. And we had a tussle on the other side of the rink. We weren't sure where that was. I believe it was Johnson and Johnston. Seems like the vaccine is coming into play now, I guess. Shout out to my man Austin Platt there. He wanted to make that joke last time. He is in Indiana, my usual color commentator. I know he's rooting on the Rams from his hotel room. Refs having a conversation with Coach Jones here. No penalties given out, just entanglement.
It's a big shift for Darien here. You get the shooter Arthur DeVillers on the far side. So let's see if he can work well with this line.
Gamble comes back and clears it out. Now Rayer will chase after it. Icing will be called, though, as it reached the red, and Darien was first with Leon. So we'll do it again. Not the type of game we really envision, guys. Darien's high-powered offense scored 7, yes, against St. Joe's, but 7 is 7. And New Canaan's played a great defensive game so far.
Yeah, I mean, these are two very high-scoring teams. They've played twice this year, but if we look last year into the big game, the FCIAC Championship game, final score 4-3, very high-scoring affair.
DeVillers coming out, shooting save by Johnson once again. A lot of short side shots from Darien in this one.
Yeah, I like the take from the Villers there, but I think he wants that one back. You got to put that one a little higher. That was too easy for Bo Johnson.
And then Conway got entangled with Wheatfeld and Rayer in front.
Yeah, the chippy play has continued. The first period it was very chippy, a lot of big hits. Now this second period, a lot of fights after the play, after the whistle. So let's see if that continues as well. That's gonna be a big factor for momentum, the big hits, and all that.
8:08 left in the second period. The first appearance from the third line of New Canaan in the second period. Metler off the face-off. He'll try to clear out and does. Missed the stick of Ives. Icing waved off as after it is Holland. Tommy Holland trying to clear it out. Finds the stick of Garabet. Still loose in the corner. Garabet with a nice clear and trying for an alley-oop pass, but it found the stick of Pinella. Pinella, weak clearing attempt at that. Garabet will skate it on in. Ives can't get outshot from the point. Well wide. Now Whitaker right side boards. Looking for Garabet. Back to Whitaker. Pass between his legs. Metler, I should say, tried to hit it off the boards. It went just a bit too high and into the Darien bench. Coaches had to take cover. And we are past the halfway point of this one.
I'm still so shocked that it's still 0-0. Yeah, although Darien's had their fair share of shots on net, New Canaan's had a few chances too. And I would say it looks like a pretty good defensive game, but it looks like it's been an offensive game actually, because all the shots on net for both teams. As here's a chance for Darien.
Erickson fanned the shot off the point. Now comes in front. It's deflected behind the net. Pinella over to Eccleston. Bad clearing attempt at that and kept in by Erickson. Sam Erickson tried to find Spangler at the point. Now Eccleston will skate with it. Jack Eccleston moving on in, shooting. A nice pad save by D. Baradinas as Eccleston got a little tired there. Now here's a break for Moore. Jamison Moore, shooting save by Johnson. Dyer was there as well. Moore used his shot and Johnson was up to the task. He's not happy with the chance from Dyer after the whistle was blown. Dyer put his stick in there.
And not only a good save there from Bo Johnson, but I think Moore was throwing that on net, hoping to score, but also hoping for a rebound. He had Dyer on the backside. He was able to block it down and cover it, so great job there from Bo.
Yeah, Moore kept that one low, so he was definitely looking for a rebound opportunity. That's where most goals come from in hockey. It's the ones right in front, and that's when the goalie loses track of the puck. There's a lot going on. That's when you can slip one in.
And on that play, it was Jack Murphy allowing that 2-on-1. He pinched at the wrong time. The puck got behind him. He's played very well this season. He's coming in his first varsity season officially starting. He is a senior. Fighting for another game in this shortened COVID season, but that other game could be the FCIAC Championship.
This is the third line of forwards for Darien with the first line of defense. Let's see how that chemistry pans out.
Wheatfeld along the wall. Jack Johnson passes the blue. Nice pass up to Gamble. He can't control. McCaney having a tough time gaining that Darien zone. They've had stand-up defense. Thurlow with a nice move to the outside, but got some nice physical play there from Wheatfeld. Now Bronco loses it to Reed on his backhand. Johnson kept in by Darien once again with Feifel. Reed tries the board once again. Feifel in front, diving for it. Another shot goes wide by Thurlow. Back up point Johnson. His shot goes wide on the short side. Kept in once again by Stein. Darien is not conceding the zone. And now they do. Nice jinx. Here's Jack Johnson, one-on-one. Johnson to the outside waiting for his line mates. Throws it in front and hit a Darien skate and went behind the net. They were at the end of their shift, and Johnson had no more gas. Luke Johnson in deep. He'll get in deep to DeVillers. Battling with the Reed. Gavin Reed, the senior captain, loses it. Finds Gamble. Rayer will tip it out.
Great job on the forecheck right now by Darien. They're having no trouble getting the puck into the New Canaan defensive zone. So that's something that New Canaan definitely wants to change, or else if Darien keeps pounding on with shots like
Holland
those
with
off the post.
Deflected shot off the post.
Darien's
now
going to
Lau
score very
with the
soon
shot.
at this rate.
Yeah, it looked like Holland got a stick on it. It was thrown on net, and he was batted it down and just rung off the post. So another chance.
DeVillers on his backhand. Now throws it in front. A blocker save from Johnson. New Canaan gets a clear that they desperately needed, especially in this period of the long change, and Darien will try to catch him. A long pass finds Johnson. He'll get a cover.
That's just another opportunity for Darien that was just immediately shut down. from, Bo Johnson got some help from the right post there as, shot was thrown on net. Holland batted it down. And, it went off the post. So Bo Johnson getting some help from his face mask from the post, and then not much from his defense tonight.
Not much. I can't disagree with you, Will, because this defense has had its fair share of troubles. But a 0 on the scoreboard, a 0 on the scoreboard, no matter how you get it. But Darien has threatened to put some crooked numbers on there. Bo Johnson, a great job. Now Garay in front. Aaron Garay shooting. Oh, what a stop by Debo. And he gets the stop.
Still in play.
Now still loose in front. To the slot. Metler over to Pinella. That was New Canaan's best chance of the game so far.
Yeah, errant pass there from, I believe it was Spangler. He threw it off the boards and just set up an opportunity for New Canaan. And here's one for Darien.
Pinella going with Dyer and Erickson, trying to get out that way. Ives does the job. 2-on-2 rush. Garay in Spain. Aaron Garay tried to cut to his forehand to take it away. Now Erickson has some ice. Sam Erickson looking to catch up to it. A nice toe drag. Sam Erickson shooting, save. Oh, Pinella with a big block. Dyer back out Johnson. Now to Moore on the right side boards.
A great play by Asa Beach that started it all. Picked his pocket, gave Erickson the chance he needed, made one really nice move, and then a great defensive play by Pinella to hit the puck away as this one goes for an icing.
Now we have a stoppage with 4:01 left here in the second. A New Canaan icing.
Yeah,
that was a real big save from Debo. That goal goes in, and Darien's confidence could take a real big hit there after 20 or so minutes of complete dominance. Letting up that chance could have really took some wind out of their sails.
Darien's built up a lot of momentum right now, and hopefully it'll pay off for them soon because they've put on a lot of pressure. Bo Johnson has done an excellent job. He's made a lot of high saves, blocker saves, so we've seen him. He's been a brick wall so far this game. So Darien needs to keep putting the pressure on. Bo Johnson's a tough goalie to score against.
DeVillers on the faceoff. He wins it. Back to Johnston. He'll play it safe, going in deep. Conway battling with Lampert. Lampert comes out with it. Now it's Kroll. Nice cross-ice pass. Found the skate of Eccleston, but he couldn't control it with his stick. Now in the slot, Dean with a shot. Still loose in the slot, and it just goes over the net. New Canaan getting their chances now. Starting to get some energy here. 3:30 left here in the second, and Lampert can't clear it in. The second line has had two huge chances. Dean, Eccleston, and Doster Kroll, who had a huge opportunity in the first period to put New Canaan on the board. Couldn't convert, and that's been the story of this one. Cannot convert so far. We're looking for our first one. Danny Lau throws it in front, tried to find the stick of Conway on a rush. Murphy coming out of it is Lau behind the New Canaan net. Lau in front slot. Thurlow, his shot deflected.
That was DeVillers, I believe. He had a second there.
Now DeVillers to Lau. Oh, what a poke check, I should say, by Kroll. Now we have a penalty. It's going to go against New Canaan. We have a pile up in front. Conway down, ref's arm up. Darien to the power play.
Yeah, Conway and Jack Murphy were really getting into it there as, Darien had their chance. I really love this second line of Darien of DeVillers, Lau, and I believe Leanne.
It was a big tussle up in front. I'm not sure what they called the penalty for, boys. Did you see it?
I did not.
The refs are still going over it with Erickson.
You look down on the ice here. Teddy Dyer came on right after that. He's going to be on for the power play here for Darien. He's definitely a talker. Saw Conway get up. He saw Conway get up, and he was just talking him back into it. He's definitely a big part of the Darien morale.
All right, so let's set it up. It's Murphy to the box for roughing. Also plays PK, so they won't have him for these 2 minutes. Harrison, Spain, Metler, and Reed on the PK for the Rams. Along the wall, Moore. Erickson in front, they score! It's Teddy Dyer, the first line winger, puts the Blue Wave on the board.
And that's just a great display of the IQ of Jamison Moore. He just took it into the corner, caught Bo Johnson napping third in front, and Dyer was able to put it in.
Take another look at this one here. Yeah, just a great play by Jamison. He threw that one right in front, and Teddy Dyer, perfect angle on it, hits the post, goes in. Can't get much better than that on power play.
Yeah, so that's the goal that Darien needed. Finally putting one back in the back of the net. Not surprised there, but that can take some weight off their shoulders. They finally, they've been dominating the whole game. Now the scoreboard's finally reflecting that.
10 seconds, that's all it took for Darien on the power play, and they put one in the back of the net past Johnson. A nice deflection from Dyer, his 7th goal of the year.
Teddy Dyer, one of those physical players who gets a lot of goals up front. We saw last game against New Canaan, he got one up front after another assist from Jameson Morris. He threw one in front of Dyer, so he's one of those players, you leave him in front of the net, he's a great finisher.
Not only you have to credit Bo Johnson, but also the Darien offense relentlessness. They didn't say it was impossible. Now Rayer, Michael Rayer trying a toe drag, looking for a shot in front, loose in the crease, and taken from Erickson. He goes down, now comes back up. Dyer, the goal scorer, throws it in front, paddled away from Johnson. On the wall, Wheatfeld. Gamble looks to flip it out, kept in by the glove of Leon. Now Reed along the right side. Darien got one, they're looking for more. Rayer to Jack Johnson on the right side. He'll put a shot on net. It hit his glove and went behind now. Darien starts once again. Conway, drop pass, a big hit. Rayer put down Lau in the offensive zone of the Blue Wave.
He got rocked.
There's a good look there from the Villers. As Lau gets him
Lau
back.
bumping back.
Murphy gets hit down by Lau. Now it's stick in the air. Everything going crazy now. The fans are into it, or should I say parents. Conway in front, blocked away from Gamble. Conway now in the slot, taken by Lampert. 1:30 left here in the second.
Finally cleared away by New Canaan. Wow.
Now, as I was saying, I love this second offensive line of DeVillers, Lau, and Conway. There's always some real good shots on net from the three of them. They're some of the best offensive players on this team, so they always bring it. They're always ready. But Bo Johnson has held his own, so if he can keep doing that, New Canaan can put one in. This could be pretty close to this won't be a blowout.
We saw Lau just sort of looked like a New Canaan player. Lau didn't even have the puck on him anywhere near him. Just sort of threw his stick in the air.
Now a chance in front. Thurlow couldn't control. Kept in by Bronca, Spain. Flashing him on the stick.
This Darien team playing with some anger now.
Bronca comes out with it. Hit by Reed, loose in the slot. Feifel controls it back to the neutral zone where Spengler almost hit Spain on the dump-in. But the ref called it offside. And now with exactly 60 seconds to go here in the second, 1-0 Darien lead on a Teddy Dyer goal.
This has been a very fun game to watch. This second period has flown by compared to the first, but a lot of offense from Darien. We've seen some great opportunities from New Canaan so far. They're yet to execute, but I wouldn't be surprised if New Canaan scores here. We see this game going late into the third.
Erickson dumps it on in. Dyer along the right side wall. Dyer in front. A nice pass, but deflected away from Kroll. Kept in with the glove of Luke Johnson. Erickson with a shot on a slapper. Went just wide of Johnson's glove. And Darien will have to reset. Metler trying for a breakaway pass. It couldn't find the stick of Eccleston. Go down for an icing, which could very well be costly here.
Yeah, that play all started with Luke Johnson keeping it in with his hand. It looked like he was going out for sure. He batted it down and found Erickson on a one-timer slap shot. And as I said, he does have a missile of a shot, so it hasn't found the back of the net yet, but when it does, goalies don't stand a chance.
Yeah, that's for sure. We've seen him with shots multiple times tonight, and it'll be exciting if he's able to put one in.
Johnston going to DeVillers, left side wall. DeVillers cutting to the slot on his backhand, a shot deflected and loose back in the slot. Now Johnston with a backhand off the stick of Bo and cleared out by New Canaan for another icing by Metler. They're really trying to just get out of the second period.
Yeah, they are. 13 seconds to go. Darien just continuing the pressure that we've seen right from the end of that first period. They've carried it all the way through. They put a goal in, and they have not stopped. They're keeping their feet on the gas pedal right now. So.
Then 13 seconds here, a lot of time for a team like Darien who has had a lot of chances. So let's see if they can hopefully put one in for their sake.
First line back on for New Canaan, their best defensive line. Gamble wins the faceoff back to Murphy. He takes a hit from DeVillers along the wall. Gamble can't get it out, but it goes over the stick of Luke Johnson and Rayer to chase after it. A nice diving play from Luke. And that's the end of two. 1-0 Darien after 2 frames. Teddy Dyer broke the tie in the end of the second period. Both teams will go for one final visit to their locker room before we decide who's going home and who's going to the final.
This has been quite the game. I'm excited to see the third period. It's only going to get better from here, folks, so stay tuned.
Definitely stay tuned. We'll have an update for you at the start of the third on the Fairfield Co-op and Greenwich Cardinals semifinal over there at Wonderland. It's been Dylan Pescator, Dylan DeRizo, Will Johnson. We'll see you in about 10 minutes.
We are DAF Media, Darien's hometown source for sports, arts, and entertainment, established in 2017. We Are Community, a volunteer-based organization that gives nearly 50 Darien High School students hands-on experience in video production. We Are Cutting Edge, a STEM initiative. Students use cameras, computers, sound equipment, and innovative software. We Are Live, streaming 120 events per year on our YouTube channel. We Are On the Stage. We Are At the Big Games. We Are On the Field. We Are In the Gym. We Are On the Move, live streaming not only in Darien, but throughout southwestern Connecticut and the tri-state area. We are making a difference. We are DAF Media.
All right, we are back for the third, the final period. Boy, have we had a classic so far. New Canaan Darien, 1-0 Blue Wave after 2 periods. And what a game so far. 30 minutes of absolutely outstanding hockey. Teddy Dyer, the MVP so far in this one for the Blue Wave. He potted one past Johnson on the power play. Late in that second period, Darien finally got rewarded for their hard work. Here we go, 15 minutes to decide who's going home and who's going to the final.
Doesn't get much better than this.
Kroll, pass back to Metler. Back to Doster Kroll, he'll get it in deep. New Canaan looking to break the ice themselves. A shot here from Metler, deflected. Oh, Debo with a nice save. Now Eccleston on a wraparound try. He got Johnson caught up in a spin cycle. Back out point, Reed, his shot deflected wide by Kroll. Dyer with a nice clearing attempt finds Erickson. Caught up in his skates, and he'll come together with Reed.
And Canaan with a great chance there to start the period. You know, even though they didn't put one back in net there, they're still happy with this start. But a great save nonetheless from Teddy DiBerardinis.
Reed skates it up. Icing waved off here as Stein expected it. Kroll and Stein come together. A nice clearing attempt off the wall. Hits Dean's stick. We got a little bit of a line shake-up here for the Rams. It's going to be Dean, Johnson, and Rayer. DeVillers carrying the puck on the right side on his forehand. Hit off the puck by Weefeld. Now throws in front. Johnson, I'm not sure he knew where that one was. It hit off the side of his net. Deflects to the corner. Lau in the corner. A deflection finds New Canaan stick. Here's Michael Rayer entering the zone. Rayer shooting just wide of DiBerardinis. Jack Johnson somehow keeps it at the blue. Can't get it in deep though. Gamble. Now he does the job. Michael Rayer. Gamble throws one in front, hits Debo. Now in front, another stop by Debo on a Jack Johnson shot. Back out point. Cameron Weefeld, his shot deflected. Oh, just went wide of the net.
Canaan's doing a good job right now of screening DiBerardinis. You can see him. He's trying to lean to the side. He's a little late on the reactions. New Canaan's doing a good job getting in front of him, getting opportunities.
Yeah, for sure. You know, when these teams played last year in the 10-2 outing, a lot of those goals scored on Poe Johnson were because he was screened, a lot of redirects. So New Canaan trying to turn the tables here and use that strategy. And it seems like it's worked so far. No goals yet, but a lot of great opportunities.
I believe we have offsetting penalties here. It's going to be Jack Johnson and Danny Lau that is going to the box. I do believe will play.
Things have been getting very scrappy here at the Darien Ice House.
They look like they were tangled up after the play. So.
All right, so it's going to be offsetting penalties. Still going 5-on-5 here, all the boys. Minute and 50 gone in this third period. New Canaan needing a goal to extend their season to at least overtime. Cleared on in by the captain, Sammy Ives. Beach have some trouble with it in the corner. Comes in on DiBerardinis and he'll cover up. Good start here from the Rams in the third, fighting for their season.
And back out comes the first line of Dyer, Moore, and Erickson for Darien.
Trying to put an end to this hot New Canaan start. It's going to be Garay, Ives, and Spain on this face-off on the offensive side for the Rams. Metler and Pinella on the DN.
Beach and Spangler. Beach and Spangler back on defense for the Wave. Spangler, the junior, Beach, the sophomore, first year on varsity.
He's played a great game tonight. Being
he
a sophomore and playing in such a rivalry game in playoffs, his first playoff game at that. He's definitely stepped up to the task. A nice pass from him, deflected from Moore to Erickson. Now Erickson shooting in front, Dyer, but it was deflected to the corner. Spain trying to get out, kept in by Moore skate. Now Erickson with a shot deflected down. Moore in the slot, gets hit down. New Canaan still can't get out. Beach with a slapper from the point. It gets deflected to the other point with Spangler. New Canaan still can't get it out. Kept in, Erickson, Moore, in front Erickson, couldn't get a stick on it.
Johnson was on the far side of the net there. He wouldn't have had any chance if Darien got a shot on that one.
A lot of room there for Darien. A long shift at that, almost a full minute as Spain goes 1-on-4 and dumps it on in. Battling with Spangler. Goes past Erickson, finds Johnston's stick, and they'll clear it out with a nice pass over to Dyer. Teddy Dyer, the man who broke the scoreless tie in the second on the power play, which is why we talk about discipline so much, as Darien is offside here with DeVillers. Conway was still in the zone.
A smart play from DeVillers there, almost jumped the pass and would have had a great opportunity if Conway was not in the zone.
Boys, we talk about discipline. Both teams will have to do their best to stay, out of their box, not pending, offsetting penalties for the rest of this one. It'll be imperative.
The later these Darien New Canaan games go, the scrappier they get. So it's something that both teams are going to want to prevent from doing. Excuse me.
We're just saying right on that line, not crossing it. Stein. Wheatfeld puts the shot on net from the neutral zone, easily covered by Debo. Now Eccleston in the corner with Garabet. Comes to DeVillers. He'll get a clearing attempt. It'll go for an ice.
Yeah, and if you're a Darien, you want to stay out of the penalty box because, the one goal this game was on, by Dyer was on the power play. So even strength, both teams have been pretty good on the defensive end. So you got to stay out of the penalty box if you're Darien.
Speak about coming to the task. Teddy DiBerardinis with his limited shots that have come in on him. He saved every single piece of rubber that's come his way. Now a turnover by Metler. He just got back with his long wingspan to poke that out. It would have been a 2-on-1 for the Blue Wave. Bronca throws it in deep. Metler looked for the long pass and thought better of it. Here's Jerry Harrison. Up to Rayer. Will go one-on-one with Stein. Michael Rayer stops on a dime, shooting. Nice glove save.
Second time this game we've seen DiBerardinis just snag one out of the air. He was ready for that. Rayer tried to get a little tricky with it, stop, and fire one when he thought DiBerardinis wasn't looking, but he was able to get a glove up.
It's really going to come down to the defense in this game. If Darien's going to be able to hold off, because New Canaan has shown that when they get their offense going, they get a lot of chances. So Darien's going to have to try to prevent that to stay in the lead here for the rest of this game. DiBerardinis is doing a great job in net right now, so it's just going to be up to Darien. Keep the forecheck going and not allow New Canaan to get the puck into the Darien zone too often.
Face-off win here by the Blue Wave. Holland will play it. Tried for a pass up to Dyer. He got a stick on it and deflects it into the New Canaan zone where Metler will play it. Nice deflection between the legs of Rayer, and picking it up is Jack Johnson. Johnson moving, shooting. A nice save by DiBerardinis with the blocker. Looking for the corner with Johnson. Now turnover. Rayer. But Gamble. Oh, he missed the net. Gamble. A top-tier opportunity, and he just missed the right post. Now another turnover by Erickson. Jack Johnson along the left side wall. Gamble gets hit down from Holland. Moore will collect. Bowden Gamble could have tied this game up inches away.
You know Gamble wants that one back. He had a wide open net and just misplayed it.
Nice pass from Leon. Tried to find Moore in a stretch pass. Moore got a stick on it, so icing was waved off. New Cannon's best opportunity of the night.
Mentioned Bo Johnson letting some of that net get open earlier, saying that was as wide as the net would get. I don't know. The net seemed pretty wide open there, and he was right on it too, just wide.
I believe Darien has too many on the ice. They're calling for a lot. New Canaan has, I'm using my math here, they have 6 on the ice.
Yeah, Darien has 5 here. I believe, New Canaan does have 6.
A costly penalty at that.
Very.
You can't take that in the third period
Definitely
of the
not.
FCIAC semifinals. So New Canaan will go to the box as Darien called attention to it. And we'll have another Darien power play. They're looking to put this one away.
They struck on the power play earlier, 1-for-1 so far tonight. We don't see Teddy Dyer out on the ice, so I'm assuming he'll be out on the second line of Darien power play. But Darien, if they can execute here, they can really, really big opportunity for them. And if they execute here, then I wouldn't be surprised if they're able to put this game away, as they're doing a good job on defense, keeping the puck out of the zone.
Man, a tough, but you can't take that type of penalty in such a moment, in such a period, in such a game. Lau along the right side wall. Leon to Lau. Danny Lau shooting a pass. The rebound. Oh, off the post. Darien now at the side of the net. I believe it was Spangler trying for the goal. Hit the post, and another shot goes just wide. Inches away from making this a 2-0 game. We'll take a look at that when we get a stoppage. Over to Lau, right side boards, out to Leon, point, shooting. No one knows there is a rebound chance, was deflected down, but New Canaan still can't get it out. Leon to Spangler, shooting, saved by Johnson. The rebound deflected to the corner where Jack Johnson, or should I say Dean, clears it out.
I touched on this earlier. That's that Darien second line who's generated a lot of offense this game. Almost had another one there.
Erickson negating a turnover, looking to get it in deep. Reed down. He took a few whacks from Erickson in the neutral zone.
Dyer, the power play scorer, back on the ice here for Darien. 50 seconds to go in the power play.
There he is, Teddy Dyer circling the zone. Tried for a pass out to Luke Johnson. It evaded him, and going after it is Jack Eccleston. He got the first touch, but Luke Johnson will recover for Darien and reset this power play. A minute 30 already gone in this man advantage to the Blue Wave. A nice pass off the boards from Erickson looking for himself. A turnover, and now Darien will have to reset with more. Cross-ice pass, tried to find Erickson. Another clear here from the Rams. They've gotten better as this PK has gotten along. Now Luke Johnson out from behind his net. Pass to the blue, pass to the red. He'll get into the New Canaan zone with ease and dump it on in. Canella turns it over. Luke Johnson. We're back to even strength now, 5-on-5.
Great kill from New Canaan there.
Wheatfeld battling with Dyer. They're caught up. Erickson also in the group. Comes out to Rayer. He'll skate it out. He had Moore looking for a big hit on him and decided to get rid of the puck. Both teams in a change. Wheatfeld. Now Johnson comes out of his net.
Johnson
Erickson behind his net. Throws it in front.
Oh, the net was wide open.
I believe we have a stoppage here. Moore's helmet came off.
Wow.
And I believe the net came off its moorings as well. So
Yeah.
not sure if that goal would have counted if it went in because the net was off. But
Yeah, Dylan DeRiso, you touched upon this earlier. You said the net was pretty wide open. That was probably the most wide open
That
they could
was-
get. Johnson behind the net.
Nobody in the net. So
But
won't
what a
get any
defensive
more
play.
open than that until possible empty netter if it comes to that at the end of the game.
key opportunity at that. Johnson played that one a little bit weird, and now the officials will speak with New Canaan bench, clearing everything up. 7:10 left here in the third period. Darien looking to go to the FCIAC Championship for their second straight time. New Canaan looking to tie this one up. Gamble on the face-off. He loses it. Garabet back to Leon. Leon, his shot blocked down behind the net. Metler can't get out, kept in by Holland. He's played a great game so far, Tommy Holland has. Now Reed switches it over. Rayer, a nice pass, finds Gamble. Gamble, long pass looking for Jack Johnson. It'll go down for an icing.
Yeah, and you were saying before, Tommy Holland playing a great game. A lot of the underclassmen for Darien stepping up here. Arthur DeVillers, Tommy Bronca, Tommy Holland, Elliot Lancaster. All of them have just played a great game.
Asa
shining
Beach.
the big moment. Asa Beach as well. Yeah, he's shining the big moment. No nerves. They've done their part.
Incredible to say the least, especially with both teams knowing that the FCIAC tournament is their only tournament this year, as the state tournament was canceled. So the loser season ends. If that's not enough motivation for you, I don't think you should be on either team. So below the net, now in front. A pass was deflected down by Spain, and he'll backhand it out of the zone where Spangler will cover it. Now Eccleston. Jack Eccleston, a nice play by Spangler. Wow, what a poke check. He was coming back. Eccleston in front, they score! It's Grohl! Oh my, how the tables have turned and the Rams have tied it.
Wow.
Dean is obviously frustrated. They were behind
Very
the
unlucky.
net, but Eccleston won the 1v2 behind the net as we'll take a look here.
Oh my, it was Eccleston throwing it in front. I'm not sure if Kroll got a stick on it.
Didn't look like it was even a shot there. Just tried to put it in front, and instead it went up, hit off the back of D. Baradinas,
Yeah, he put it
and
short
slipped
side.
in. So
And not to, make Darien fans a little bit more angry, but it looked like the second goal in the FCIAC Championship last year when Nick McDanis,
Yeah.
also number 15, banked it off Schofield's back. Now we got a tie game, folks. What's better than this? 6:25 left to go in the third. We are tied in the FCIAC semifinal. Erickson looked to throw it on net. It's caught up by Johnson. 6:17 to go.
Yeah.
Boys, Darien is dominating this game, but we're sitting here at 1-1.
the FCIAC, the FCIAC semifinal, and it feels like it's got the weight of a championship game right now. These two teams meeting last year in the championship game. There's no state tournament then, nothing now either. So this is it. This is as big as it gets for both of these teams. And like
Darien
you
wants
said,
revenge for sure.
Incredible, incredible to say the least. New Canaan, they looked tired. They looked, really out of gas. They got a bounce, and now they got some energy. 6:17 left before.
I thought they were out of it. They're not, for sure.
They looked out of it, I'll tell you that, at the start of the third period, especially at the end of the second. But now they got new life. Both teams have new life. A shot from the point, Stein. Blockered away by Bo Johnson. A clear here by Spain. Going to be important for each team, once again, not to take any penalties here. Dyer below the net. He's got a goal in the day. Erickson shot. Couldn't get control of it. Now Luke Johnston below the net. Defenseman playing below line. Back out point. Stein shooting. Saved by Johnson. The rebound came to the corner. Erickson couldn't pick it up. It'll come back out to the neutral zone.
At the ref, yeah.
Stein's clearing attempt went off the official. And cleared back into the Darien zone where New Canaan will have to rush for a change. Oh, they called icing on that one.
Big opportunity here for Darien. They got the puck in New Canaan's zone. 5:30 left to go in the third period. We're still tied. But, we'll see if it goes to someone scores in regulation or we'll go to overtime.
And boys, I'll tell you this. The reason it's 1-1 right now could be, Jack Eccleston, could be Doster Kroll, but it really has got to be Bo Johnson. He's been outstanding in this one, keeping it at 1.
Yeah, he has kept New Canaan in this one for sure. Darien has produced so many shots, so many great opportunities. Bo's been there with the blocker and the glove the entire time.
Mettler behind his own net, looking for Jack Johnson, caught up in his skates. Every clearing attempt is imperative here as it's the ceiling here at DAH. A little bit of a low one at that. And we'll have a stoppage of play here. It'll come back into the Darien offensive zone because it went off a New Canaan stick. A little bit unlucky there.
Yeah, both goalies, as you said, Bo Johnson playing a great game, but DeBardinis, that last goal, very unlucky, threw off his back. But, he's played a great game as well.
Not much he could have done about that goal. So
now Conway below the net. Looking to circle the net. Right back on in deep. Gamble will play it. Jack Johnson gets it out to the neutral zone where Lean, I should say, will play it. Under 5 to go here. FCIAC semifinal. Tie game. New Canaan Darien. Those are the ingredients for a classic, and we got one here. Just looking for an ending. Mettler will gather it for the Rams. Go behind his own net. Darien looking for a forecheck here. They get it. A nice play from Feifel. Comes back out to Jack Johnson. Puts it off the ceiling once again. I haven't seen that twice in a matter of a minute or so, but it'll come back into the Darien offensive zone once again.
Yeah, since the New Canaan goal, puck's been in the neutral zone a lot. Not a lot of offense generated from either team, so good job by the defense of both teams. But if we want to get a 2-1 game before regulation, we got to see before overtime, we got to see a goal soon.
Yeah. And boys, let's talk about this. Do you think that not as much quantity of shots here from the Rams really kind of caught Debo by surprise when he finally got one on net, and he just played that a little bit poorly?
I don't know. Darien has put a lot of shots on, so Bo Johnson's definitely warmed up on that side. I think Teddy D. Maradinas has made a number of great saves so far in this game, and just like I said earlier, the biggest chance you'll have to score on a goal.
A big hit along the wall. Dyer took down Reed. Both boys get back up, but a big collision.
Like I said earlier, the biggest chance you'll have to score a goal will be in a scrappy situation. There was one there behind the net. Just sort of New Canaan player pushed it towards the middle, and DeBardinis just couldn't get on it.
Nice play from Stein to take it away from Dean, and he'll pass it up to Erickson, who looks for a pass along the wall. Wheatfeld on him. He takes the body. Wheatfeld with great defense. Erickson tried to deflect one on net. 3:42 left. Looked to throw it in the slot. Cleared here from New Canaan to the neutral zone. Holland will play it. Up to Moore. Jamison Moore to the slot. Loses control, and Garay can't get it out.
Good play from DeVillers there.
Yeah, DeVillers got his stick on that one.
Keeping it. Lean with a shot. His shot goes over the head of Johnson. New Canaan does get out to the neutral zone this time. Mettler has played a lot of minutes for these Rams tonight, and he has been outstanding.
Yeah, he was the hero in the FCIAC semifinal last year against Ridgefield with the OT winner, so maybe he'll get another one.
Double OT at that. It was an amazing game at that. And speaking of OT, I have to give a shout out if I have time here, if Darien doesn't want to, continue their relentless forecheck. There was a 5 overtime game last night between Weathersfield and Newington in the D3 level. And me and my partner Austin Platt watched it. It was an incredible game. So a quick shout out to Solu Broadcasting with an outstanding one at that. It was a truly terrific game to watch, one I'll never forget. But back to this one. Jack Johnson gets it out. Rayer is going one-on-one with Stein once again. Michael Rayer shooting. His shot deflected off the stick of Stein and below the net. Jack Johnson just keeps it in at the blue.
Second time we've seen that. Jack Johnson just toying with it at the blue line, able to keep it in.
Spain. Gamble collects it. Has Reed at the point. Bowden Gamble can't keep it in. And it goes back to the neutral zone where Wheatfeld will dump it on in. Closing in on 2 minutes to go in this FCIAC semifinal. Johnson gets tangled up with Bronca along the left side wall. Comes back out to Stein. Moore, Erickson. Could be their last shift in regulation. Erickson with a shot patted away from Johnson. A dangerous pass at that from New Canaan. He didn't get it out. Was Wheatfeld. Now it comes in front. A dangerous bounce off the boards, and it almost found its way into the net.
A smart shot there from Erickson that was kicked away by Johnson because, there would have been an open rebound there for Moore if he was in place.
Here's number 7 once again. He takes the hit. It finds Jameson Moore sick to the forehand, shooting just over the head of Johnson. Moore with another shot in front, deflected away by a New Canaan defenseman. Eccleston will take it and clear it on down. No icing. 1:12 to go. Tensions rising. Pressure on both teams. The next goal, most likely the winner.
Darien top line staying in right now. They look very tired.
There's Holland shooting. Oh, Johnson just got it with his pad.
And New Canaan wanted an offside there as DeVillers just made it out of the zone. So it would have been a big controversy if he scored there.
Not the type of ending we want. But we can't choose it. Under a minute to go in this third period. And, Dylan, every game I've done with you, I feel like it's gone overtime.
Oh, yeah. We did the New Canaan girls versus Darien girls FCIAC Championship last week. That one went into overtime, last couple minutes of overtime. That one was really a heartbreaker for Darien. New Canaan came out on top with a great late goal. That was a very fun game to watch. So we might be seeing the same here tonight.
Grace Kroll was the overtime winner for the New Canaan girls, ending their season off on the right note.
Out there for Darien, the second line of forwards and the first line of defensemen.
They're switching up for sure. Not matching a defensive pair with a forward line. Keeping his Conway. Conway moving in, throws it across. Oh, DeVillers couldn't get his stick on it. Now in the corner. Conway below the net. New Canaan trying to hold on. 40 to go. Dean with a big collision with Conway. Conway looked to pick it back up. Dean does clear it out. It could be a 2-on-1 for New Canaan if they hurry. Eccleston has Kroll in front. Eccleston in front. Oh, Debo with a big save with his blocker. He got it down, and Kroll couldn't get a stick on it.
Great play from Debo there.
Yeah.
Stein goes over his stick. He'll have to chase after it. 20 to go.
Probably the last chance for Darien if they can get one.
Put their first line back on there. Turnover. Eccleston along the wall. Battling with Dyer. Now Moore. His pass finds Erickson with 8 to go. Erickson on his back end, moves in front. It gets deflected away from him. Johnson with a big save. 2-1. Boys, we get what we wanted. We're going OT.
Wow.
Oh.
What a game.
1-1 after 3. It's Teddy Dyer with the goal for Darien, and I believe they announced it was Jack Eccleston with the goal for the Rams. An incredible game at that, and we're not done. We are not finished on this Thursday
Regulation
night.
does not get much better than that, Dylan.
Oh, man. Definitely one of the best games I've ever been at. Both parents cheering their teams as they go off, but they'll be back, and we'll be back in 10 to 12 minutes after this ice cut. Dylan Pescator, Will Johnson, Dylan DeRizo. We'll see you in a few.
I'm proud of the work the Darien Foundation has done over the past 20 years. If you live here, our work has likely impacted you, your family, and your neighbors. Since our founding in 1998, we've provided more than $4.2 million in grants, which create opportunity for Darien's youth, support our town's safety and security services, and enhance the overall quality of life in Darien through collaboration with community organizations.
As a family that's relatively new to town and planning to make this our long-term home, I'm grateful to see my community and my family benefit from the Darien Foundation. When I learned that the edible gardens at the elementary schools, the generator at the Darien Library, and the playground by the Sound were all funded by the same organization, I raised my hand to get involved. I'm proud to support an organization whose impact I see every day in our schools and throughout our community.
So far this year, the Darien Foundation has awarded $138,000 in grants to enhance our community. In 2013, the Darien Community Association opened a 4-acre bird sanctuary thanks to a grant from the Darien Foundation. The serene wooded glade has attracted numerous birds, bees, and butterflies, as well as more than 200 school children and other visitors. This year, they added a new pondless waterfall, as well as more trees, plantings, signage, and benches. In 1976, the Darien Historical Society and Darien High School students built the Middlesex, an authentic replica of the 18th century whaleboats. These were used by local patriots in the Revolutionary War to fight the British Navy in Long Island Sound. The Darien Historical Society is restoring this artifact so that it can be part of Darien's upcoming 2020 bicentennial celebrations. The live turtle exhibit continues to be the most popular attraction for children at the Darien Nature Center, which welcomes over 16,000 visits annually. A new forest and pond ecosystem will allow visitors to engage with several species of turtle that will live together in a 50-square-foot habitat that resembles their natural home.
This has been such a special collaboration between the Darien Nature Center and the Darien Foundation, because not only have they provided generous funding to us, but we've been able to meet with members of the foundation and our staff and talk about what is going to make the very best exhibit for the town of Darien, and we've really added value to the process by doing that.
The vast majority of food distributed by Person to Person is donated from local suppliers and businesses. A group of dedicated volunteers drives the brand new cargo van on these daily rounds, which each year account for more than $100,000 in collected food. Person to Person also has an extensive youth program, offering many Darien High School and middle school students their first experiences at volunteering.
Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have a beautiful new van. We're very excited about it, not only because it's new and it's safe for those who are riding in it and driving and going to pick up all the food, but also it speaks to the support of the Darien Foundation, as well as speaks to what Person to Person does in the community.
For more than 20 years, the Darien Foundation has been investing in Darien, offering our town's youth, emergency services, and community organizations an avenue to pursue innovation and excellence. Collaboration with you, the members of our community, has been vital to our mission. Thank you for supporting the Darien Foundation. We are building a better Darien together.
1.
All right, we're back. Man, this is really fun.
Yeah.
It's Dylan Pescator, Dylan DeRizo, Will Johnson, DAF Network, NCTV. I'm out of breath. The period hasn't even started yet. It's New Canaan, Darien, a classic. Man, this is awesome.
This is.
1-1 after 3. It was officially announced as Jack Eccleston's goal for New Canaan with about 6 to go in the third. And now we get everyone's favorite, overtime.
Oh, God, I'm nervous. I'm not even playing.
We were looking at that New Canaan goal here after the third period, and we took a look, and it really just, it got shot from behind the net. It went up off of what looked to be DeBerardinis' like helmet/back, and then it slipped in. So really unfortunate for Darien, but it all comes down to this overtime. And it does not get much better.
It will be that scoring line for New Canaan of Dean, Eccleston, and Kroll. Erickson, Moore, and Dyer out for the Blue Wave.
Good defensive play there for Mettler. Looked like it's an early chance for Erickson.
Eccleston looks to throw it in front. Back out point, Mettler. He'll play it safe. He goes to the right wall. Dean looking for a short side shot. DeBerardinis got it. Dean's shot was deflected down by a Darien defenseman, and they'll start a rush with Erickson. Nice defensive play there from Jack Eccleston, the goal scorer. It goes into the Darien bench. We have our first stoppage in overtime.
New Canaan wants to win this one, get away with it. They just got to keep on with the pressure right up in front. That's how they scored their goal earlier. Just scrappy. The garbage goals, it's how you score. It's how you're going to win in overtime. So that's what New Canaan wants to do. Darien's going to have to execute on defense, get it out. We've seen New Canaan with some offense so far in the first period of overtime. Darien's going to have to turn it around here, even though we're just 40 seconds in.
They've had so many chances. Only got 1 to go in with a Teddy Dyer goal in the power play.
And you know Darien's being really frustrated if they lose this game because they looked like they had been dominating on the offensive end, but New Canaan has held their own for sure.
Reed along the boards. He clears it out. Now Rayer will pick it up. Michael Rayer on his backhand, looking to cut in front. Rayer shooting. Oh, what a save. DeBerardinis saves the Darien season.
DeBerardinis there had Darien's season on his stick, and he just blocked it away.
Wheatfeld with a clear. Oh, my. Michael Rayer used his speed on the outside on a nice backhanded rush. Now here's Jack Johnson with some ice to skate into. Now over to Rayer. He tried to evade a hit. He knew Jameson Moore was coming. Now Gamble throws it in front. Had 2 New Canaan 6. Johnson looking for Rayer to put it in deep, still along the right side wall.
At this point in the game, I don't see any other MVPs than the 2 goalies, DeBerardinis
for sure
and Johnson. They both have had quite the night. Bo Johnson with a number of excellent saves up high that could have gone in. DeBerardinis coming in clutch when it gets up close. So
yeah, no scarier feeling than being a goalie in overtime, but he just shined in the moment. Look, Rayer was one-on-one. He just off his blocker. What a save from Debo.
Is this scarier than doing color commentary, Will?
At this moment, I don't know.
Garay loses it. Taking it now is Stein over to Dyer. Neutral zone pass found the stick of Pinella, hit the ref skates, and Spain will knock it on in. Over 2 gone already in the overtime period. Just to clarify the rules here, we will go until there's a goal. So no co-champions, no shootout, nothing like that. We'll go until one's in the back of the net.
It's the semifinals. It does feel so much like a championship, though.
Erickson with a shot, saved by Johnson. Oh, man, the last person you want in that slot if you're New Canaan, and Bo comes up big again.
Yeah, both teams with 2 great chances so far. And both goalies have showed out with their one big opportunity. So here's second line for Darien, see if they can get another good shot.
Dyer getting to some extracurriculars after that one with a couple New Canaan players in front.
It's all about who's got more juice. Both teams, so much depth, 3 strong lines, sometimes even 4. Who can get that last, ounce of energy out of themselves? Lau in front. Oh, Johnson with another save. DeVillers now along the right side boards. Danny Lau, a huge opportunity. DeVillers to Conway in the slot, shooting. Johnson with the save.
Yeah, and in this first matchup in overtime, Arthur DeVillers was one-on-one with Bo Johnson, made a great move, and Bo was able to get his left pad out and block it away.
A nice save here from Johnson. He stuck to that short side. Conway tried to pick the corner, top left.
Conway and DeVillers almost had a chance to put this one away.
All right, back to the first line goes New Canaan. Gamble, Johnson, and Rayer. Face-off win here by Lau. Puck thrown on net, loose in the crease. Wheatfeld goes down, no call. New Canaan bench not happy with that one. Officials letting the boys play maybe a little bit too much. DeVillers with a shot goes wide of Johnson and out of the zone.
He's got quite the stick as well, DeVillers. A lot of power on that one.
Yeah, and
Holland will collect.
As you said, Dylan, refs have let a lot go here as this puck's dumped in.
Oh. Seen on both sides this game, some questionable calls from the referees, but not too much. I don't think it's been too game affecting. You know, there have been a couple calls that Darien wanted, a couple that New Canaan wanted, but nothing too big, nothing that has changed this game too much. So overall, solid performance from the referees if we're going to give them a grade.
A+ so far. First line's on for both teams. Darien wins the faceoff once again. They've been dominant in the circle. Kept in by Metler to Gamma, looked for a cross-ice pass, couldn't find Johnson, but he does get it back in. Clearing attempt, stopped by New Canaan. Back out point, Matty Pinella shooting just wide of Debo. Kicks up, now back in the slot, finds Metler, he'll keep it in.
Gotta love Sam Erickson selling out there.
Yeah.
Diving for the block, and here's a chance for Darien.
Here's Johnson, his shot. Deflected behind the net, it's in the netting and a whistle. A little bit unlucky there for Darien, they had 4 in deep, and it just went on the back of the goal. So we got a whistle there, it will be a face-off outside the Darien offensive zone. I'm not sure the ruling on that, but it will be in the neutral zone. 11:16 left in this first overtime period. Chances for both sides have been there.
Yeah, and Tommy Holland, the freshman, getting a lot of play in this overtime so far. So they've trusted him a lot this game.
Yeah, he's on that second line of defense. He's been moved up. He was on the third line of D earlier this year.
Back out point, Leon waiting, plays it in deep to Conway. He comes together with Reed. The 218s. DeVillers, left side wall. Garay goes down, but still makes a defensive play. Ives can't get it out, kept in by Conway. Right side boards, Conway moving, shooting, saved by Johnson. The rebound's there, still loose in the crease. Johnson down and cleared away by Garay. Spain still can't get it out. It finds the stick of Wheatfeld. Darien's second line has arguably almost been better than their first.
Yeah, what a chance there for Darien. Bo Johnson was screened.
Now DeVillers from the goal line. His pass deflected to the other side. Bronca, some energy there. Johnson sticks it away. Wheatfeld along the right side. Boards gets it out. Stein, I should say, will have to chase.
As I was saying, Bo Johnson was screened, and he just was able to put a pad in front of it.
Now Darien along the left side boards.
We got numbers.
A nice chip pass. Finding his Feifel. Feifel still below the net. No one around him. Throws one in front. Couldn't find the stick of Thurlow. And now Ives will start back with it for the Rams.
Watch the hustle of Patrick Thurlow.
Yes.
There is no one that works harder out there on the ice, I don't think, than him. You can just see in the way that he skates, he's leaving it all on the ice every time he's out there. So
he had his head down, the third liner. He was chasing. He does not want to give up a goal here.
And Thurlow did score that third goal in their last matchup. 4-1 win for Darien. Over 5 gone here in this overtime period. It'll be Dean on the face-off with Moore.
It's been a great overtime so far, though. A lot of good shots from both teams.
Definitely some more equality in terms of the chances rather than the regulation where really Darien dominated, to say the least. Eccleston off the face-off. Look to throw it in front. His pass still below the net. Dean now with it. Fighting for position. He'll toss it in deep. After it is Luke Johnston. Comes out with it, a pass along the boards. Not kept up by Metler. Here's a 2-on-2 rush. Coming down is Dyer. Dyer shooting. Oh!
Just
went short side on Johnson and just wide. Teddy Dyer looking for number 2 and the winner.
Yeah, Dyer and Erickson a 2-on-2 there. He did have Erickson on the backside, but he trusted his stick and he just missed it, but it was a good take.
And a mistake by Metler there, pinching in and not keeping that puck in the zone. Pinella on the right side wall, battling with Erickson. Finds the stick of Dean. He'll try the left side. Does the job. Now Eccleston.
Good block.
A block pass enters the offensive zone cleanly over to Kroll.
What a
save! My
save!
goodness, the glove save by
Debo.
Ring 10 bells on that one.
He has 100% held his own. It looked like that was going to trickle in off the redirect, and he just got a glove on it. Are you kidding me?
Pointing over my boys over there because Duster Kroll, he's looking for his first goal. He's doing everything but scoring.
What a save. We just had another look at that one. And
if Darien wins this, that's got to be the play we look back on. Debo just robbing them of a goal to send them to the final.
The senior coming up big when needed. Off the face-off is Leon. Conway gets it out to the neutral zone. Gamble, Wheatfeld, Reed. Some nice pretty passing here from the Rams as Johnson will get it in deep. Rare behind his net. Look to throw it in front to Gamble. He gets caught up in 3. Darien 6. It comes in front. Johnson. They score! Jack Johnson says goodnight. New Canaan to the final again. The senior forward ends it off a nice pass from Bowden Gamble. And the Rams will be going to the championship.
Darien played their hearts out. Nothing Debo could have done. He played a great overtime, a great whole game, as you see his teammates there for him. But New Canaan definitely got to give credit to them. They looked like they were down and out of it. Darien dominating the entire game, and they kept in it. They stayed in it, and it paid off.
Man,
really
what a game
for Darien.
What a classic game. It could have really went either way, to say the least. Both goalies played their heart out. Both teams played outstanding. Jack Johnson, the hero for the Rams, as they come back in the third. I mean, it must be a heartbreaker for Darien. They had almost every chance to make this a 2-0 game, really widen that margin, and Bo Johnson just said no. He kept it at 1, and his offense did the rest. Eccleston with the first one in the third, and then Johnson, the game winner, the senior forward. He scored on Monday night against Ridgefield. A nice pass from D1 Skater of the Year nominee Bowden Gamble, and Jack Johnson is your hero tonight.
I mean, you can argue. I mean, Darien put on an offensive show.
For sure.
Just one goal, but they had so many opportunities. They had the pressure on almost the entire game. New Canaan got one in, just got behind D. Baradinas in the third. Really unfortunate for Darien. It seemed like they had it, but New Canaan was able to just chip it from behind, slipped off D. Baradinas' back. Nothing he could have done about it. Darien really played excellent on both sides of the puck in this game, and New Canaan just executed right at the end. Really, when it came down to overtime, and New Canaan was able to put on a bunch of shots, and they performed well. So, hats off to New Canaan. They stayed in it. Bo Johnson, Bo Johnson is definitely the MVP of this one. He kept New Canaan in this game for a while. He made numerous saves, glove saves, blocker saves, kick saves all day. He was the man for New Canaan. So, and
his brother Jack Johnson, the hero too, who had the goal. So both Johnson shut out. They're going home happy tonight.
Yeah, the family must be happy. The parents must be happy as they come off the ice. A wonderful game, and it really could have went either way. I mean, both teams had a lot of chances. The Rams will be going back to the final, I believe their third straight FCIAC Championship appearance. Dylan, we'll go back to you here. Just reflect on that Darien season. Man, I mean, I hate to use the word so much, but what a classic, what a thriller.
Doesn't get much better than that. At the end of the day, both teams played great games. The other game going on right now, Fairfield Co-op and Greenwich playing. Score 1-0 Greenwich. So if you want to check that one out, Dream Sports Management on YouTube. But that'll be it for the hockey season here from DAF Media. Our production crew tonight, Dylan DeRiso, Will Johnson. I'll name the DAF Media members here. Dylan DeRiso, Will Johnson, Mikey Mercine, Cole Murphy, and Braden Shank. So great job
Dylan,
from these guys.
Giving my crew a little bit of shout out. Emily Fox came in here. She hasn't been on camera that much. She's only a sophomore. Did an excellent job on camera tonight. And of course, my social media tonight, Ian Nicholas, Alex Kurz, and Chase Pinkernell. A wonderful crew, and we thank DAF so much from the NCTV family for all their help. And it's been a wonderful broadcast. So hope everyone has a great night. Jack Johnson's your hero, and Saturday will be the FCIAC Championship between New Canaan and the winner of Greenwich and Fairfield Co-op. Dylan Pescator, Dylan DeRiso, Will Johnson. We'll see you next time.